Hi, this is Rachel Stuart with Cornerstone Realty. My husband Curt and I are the Stuart team, and today I'm here to talk with you about fixer-uppers. How do I really get the deal? There are lots of things you need to look for when you're looking at a fixer-upper. Yes, you can get a great deal, but there are some things that are kind of deal breakers. So you're going to want to look for things like structure. If it's not going to stand for years down the road, it's not going to be a deal anymore. It's going to be something that you sunk all this money into, and you'll grow to resent, and it becomes a nightmare. So you want to look at structure. Roof and insulation are also huge. You want to make sure that the roof isn't going to have to be replaced. That's a cost that you don't need right off the bat. And you could kind of figure that into the cost of what you're offering when you're making that offer on a fixer-upper. And insulation, you want to make sure that the house will stay warm when it's supposed to stay warm and cold when it's supposed to stay cold. Another one that you really want to make sure you're looking at is foundation. If there's a problem with the foundation, it's pretty much square one. It's very difficult to repair a foundation, and you may end up having to bulldoze the whole thing and start over. And again, no longer are you getting the fixer-upper deal that you wanted. Next up is electrical. You want to make sure that the electrical is up to code, up to date, and actually functional. If you have electrical that's going to have to be repaired with extensive cost, again, you're no longer getting that deal that you had once hoped for. The last one I would say that you don't think of right off the bat would be windows. Windows can be very expensive, and they also are kind of key to that keeping the heat problem in that we talked about before. So you want to make sure that the windows are up to date, at least functionally, as well as the doors to make sure that they're going to hold in heat. Those aren't a huge cost right up front necessarily, but they can be down the road if you're seeing a lot of heat escaping during the winter or a lot of heat coming in during the summer, depending on the situation. And then you also want to think about plumbing. Plumbing can be a real headache. I'm going to have a segment coming up here soon on septic systems. If you're going out in the country and going to live in a rural area, you want to know a little bit about what a septic is, especially now that we're starting to get some new septic systems being put out there that are alternative to the traditional septic system that we've kind of known for a while. But before you even think about putting in an offer on a fixer-upper, you want to make sure that you've hired a professional contractor that not only is licensed, because you want to make sure that they actually know what they're doing, but you also want someone that's vetted. You want someone that knows that person and really knows that they're a good contractor. You don't want to get into this big endeavor. You purchase the house, you're making the needed renovations, and then realize that your contractor is going to leave you hanging, and it's not going to be what you had actually wanted from the beginning. So you want to make sure that you do that. And one thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about cost, don't forget the cost of living somewhere else if you can't live through the construction, or that you will have to be living in the construction. So you either want to think about short-term rental. Are you out of the house you're in now? Are you reselling? What is your actual buying power when you start factoring in how much it's going to cost, not only for the needed repairs, but also for that time when you're living in a different house and paying for the house that you've purchased as a fixer-upper. So keep those things in mind. If you need help, please feel free to reach out. You can reach my website at rachel.exitcornerstone.com, and I'd love to help you guys get this process started. If you're thinking about a fixer-upper, definitely let us know. There's lots to do here in the Culpeper area of Virginia. It's a beautiful horse country, so let us know today if we can get you started.